And we're live. Sorry for being late. It's been a busy day, and I think we're going to jump right into it, right? Yeah, it's 10:31. We're going to jump right into it because, man, I'm a little late. All right, so let's get in here. All right, come on. Where is she? It's on. I'm coming. There we go. Whew. All right, now we're here. Good stuff.
I'm good. My name is Fa.
I'm going to go ahead and
How's it
add
going?
the audio. You guys should hear it.
I'm doing well. I've sat in on your lives a couple of times, and I've been a Tesla investor since 2020.
Good.
And started following you guys, and I really enjoy listening to you.
Let's flip and go.
All right. Oh,
What happened?
big day. Elon is back, full on, and we have Robotaxi, and robot is coming to eat us alive. Today, everybody, welcome to us to be speaker. Join the panel. Let's have fun. If you don't have blue check mark, I'm not letting you talk. Okay.
Sheesh.
And if you have blue check mark, come. You can be blue, you can be bear. We all friends here. Sound good?
Yes, you hear me.
Hello, Pejjy.
Hello, Fa. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is having an awesome weekend. Sheesh. I'm pumped when it comes to these Tesla stuff, man. How's everyone doing?
I'm doing great. I'm at the beach, guys. I'm down at SpaceX.
Doing really good too.
Sheesh. Nice. Love all you guys having here. Jennifer, you changed your profile pic. I didn't even realize that's you. But nice.
I did. It's a Milady Noir, and I own it. It's an NFT.
Oh my. Nice. I hope you didn't pay big bucks for that.
It was a gift, but I have it for sale right now for $1.4 million.
That's
It's amazing.
love it.
It's amazing. Oh, hello, Jen.
It's been a big week for Jen down here.
Jen
You know,
is
I got to go to HQ.
Jen is living the best life right now. Just best life. She just hold a bunch of Tesla stock. She hold a bunch of EDOS, the battery company. I bought a few. It went down to $4 something, and I bought a few. And yeah,
You know,
welcome everyone. I want to.
I just got a quick question.
I want to.
Just one question for Jennifer. Jennifer, did you end up selling that house, and did you buy more Tesla stock yet?
So I pulled the house from the market because it wasn't moving, and we're having it painted, and I'm putting, solid surface countertops in the kitchen because everything else was done. But, there's a couple projects, but when people are spending that amount of money, apparently they just don't want any projects. So, but yeah, so I've got contractors on it while I'm down here in Texas, and it will sell. And then, I'll YOLO it into Tesla, just like the other houses.
Sheesh. That's a sheesh moment.
Hey, it served me well so far. I live in a van down by the river. It just happened to be the Rio Grande this week, as I stayed right under rocket at SpaceX. And it was a really great time. I actually got to go up to SpaceX, but I signed an NDA, so I can't talk about it in here. But I can tell you guys that I was there, and it was amazing.
Nice. That's good stuff.
Yo, I told you, she living the best life. How is anyone can say she live under the rocket?
Facts. Absolute facts. That's actually pretty cool. Nice. All right, so let's get on with this Spaces. Fa, you want to start?
Yeah, so yesterday, yes, so excited. See, Mr. President give Elon how is it appreciation. They say, hey, thank you for the good work, and Well, come back anytime. Give Elon the key to the White House. It's awesome. It is awesome to see that. And of course, the fake news have to jump on Elon, say he's like on drug, whatever. Who give a shit, right? They're dying anyway. And this week is ridiculous because the dinosaur, the guy that's like bang pot and pan about we need advertisement. Tesla need to buy Uber. He just like give up. It's just like sell his stock. I was like,
Oh my
bye. And I'm like,
God.
oh shit, it's gonna moon.
It's his
What do you
reasoning.
think, Pejjy?
Girl,
He-
Elon is so focused right now. I don't know if you saw him address SpaceX, but that man is focused on his companies again, and he's excited to make to make us multiplanetary. Like, his presentation was amazing. If you're not bullish after seeing that, there's something wrong with you.
Dude, it's crazy. Like man, seeing Gary Black sell for the reasons that we all are invested in right now for is the most dumbest thing. It's the same thing as Jeremy and all those other guys that sold their stock. Like they're talking about Trump is bad for Tesla, auto sales are down. Now, who gives a fuck about that? We're all here because of Robotaxi. We're all here because of the next things, the things that aren't priced in yet. The things that hasn't showed in the revenues. But it's mind-boggling to me that they literally do it a week or two right before they launch. Tesla's about to launch the Robotaxis. Like it bothers me a lot because it's so stupid. Like we will look back in 2 years' time and say, this is the most dumbest thing. Why did people sell literally weeks before Tesla just released the Robotaxis? Like it doesn't make sense to me. Like it's like selling Apple stock back in 2007, right when iPhones it's about to get launched. Like what? Are you kidding me? or selling
Pejjy, I think
Amazon
because-
stock right when AWS was about to get launched or about to be scaled up. Like it's ridiculous.
I think a lot of them believe that the day when they launch Robotaxi, there's a high chance it's going to be a sell the news event. Just like iPhone,
Yes, I
even
agree.
when they launch iPhone on that very day, the stock go down because a lot believe that nobody will buy the phone. They only can sell up to half a million phones, so it's not going to work. But they never really look beyond that first day, first week, or first month. If FSD is real, this thing will only get built on top. Release after release, more and more vehicle on the road, more and more recurring revenue being generated. So they must look beyond that sell the news worry. But I don't think they are because they're a trader mindset. They looking to maximize short-term return and then dump the stock. So they're not really real investor. To me, they're more like traders. So that's how it works.
I've got this hunch. I really do think that if you look at all the legacy media that's been putting out hit pieces nonstop, they do the Palantir as well. Like anytime it's about to boom, these suits want to get in cheaper. So they want to bring the price down, screwing the retail into panic selling. That's what I think it truly is. Because if you look at all the sources of all this bullshit, they're slinging left and right. Nobody actually believes it. But they're putting that fear out there and making people like, oh shit, I better sell and hold on to my earnings. But it's crazy.
Listen, think about this, all right? Joseph and I are early retired, right? Like, we got it. We can do whatever we want. And we're very bullish on the stock, and we hold a lot of Tesla, okay? They're still wages. Who do you want to follow? That's all I'm saying. It's like, you should emulate the people that you want to be like, like find people that you're like, I like their lifestyle. I want to, replicate that. And then learn from them, So learn from Joseph. You can learn from me if you want. I'm a little crazy, but when I look at what they do for a living and their lifestyle, what I do for a living and my lifestyle, I don't know. It's not too bad for me. And so, like I said, I have a lot of stock. I'm selling another house to buy more. So that's all I can say about it because I'm not going to give any financial advice, but do with it what you will.
Sheesh.
To be honest, me and Jen, we don't know each other face to face. We never met face to face. We talk We have similar idea on how to evaluate companies, and we are at the point where we don't need to sell you anything. We're self-sufficient. We can make our own living. We don't have to push anything. The reason we talk about Tesla is because we're really passionate about the guy who tried to change the world to make it a better place, and by doing so, creating a bunch of great companies that benefit each and every one of us, whether you like him or you hate him. So that's the most amazing part. This requires us to financially support and emotionally involve as well, because no guy can fight a battle by himself. The more supported, the better. That's the only reason we're so passionate about the company and Elon. Not because of monetary return or push the stock up so I can sell. I don't need any of that. None of us need any of that. I just want people to know that when you follow people, always understand what is the real intention behind what they're sharing with you. Sometimes it's for their own benefit. Sometimes it's not.
Yeah, and to add to what Joseph said, is that when you see someone like Elon Musk, who's working 24/7, creating all these companies, value for humanity, and just for a better future for everybody, why do you want to bet against that? Like, if you're a good human being and you want humanity to go forward and you want to progress and to be prosperous, you don't bet against this. You actually bet with it, because you want to have a better life. Your kids want to have a better life, and you want to be, part of this story. So that's why I don't understand short sellers. I don't understand any of these guys that want to, keep talking about bashing Tesla and Elon all the time, like Fraud Lambert, all the time. But again, he does it for the view. He does it for all that. It doesn't matter. But one thing Joseph said that I do agree with as well, and I've been saying for some time as well, is that I do believe that there is going to be sell the news event on the day of whenever Tesla launches the Robotaxi, because this is normal. Tesla launched the Model 3, Tesla launched the Cybertruck, the other models, all these other things. There's always going to be sell the news event. 100%. And if that's the reason why people are selling the stock, sure. But the problem is, these guys who are selling the Tesla stock, that's not the reason. They're selling it because fundamental skills are bad right now. That's the reason why they're selling it. Like, it's a thesis thing they're selling it for. So it's not something that, oh yeah, guys, I'm selling it now because I know it's going to be sell the news event on the Robotaxi event, so I can buy cheaper shares then. Okay, that's different. But people are actually coming out, Jeremy and all these other guys. I love Jeremy, by the way. I don't hate him. I love him. But these guys come out. Gary Black comes out. All these other guys come out and they say things like, oh, fundamentally, we're selling it because of this. Like, it's a thesis thing. It's not like a trading thing. That's what boils me down. Like, bro, if it's a fundamental thing, you don't sell right before the Robotaxi thing. If it's a trading thing, okay, I get it.
On top of it, why would you hold it for 5 years complaining about it? You sell right before it booms.
That's such a good point. That's absolutely such a good point. That's the part that in Gary Black's position, I laugh so hard. It's like, you've been holding it since 2021, since the peak of this thing. You've been suffering for the past 4 years, and you're going to sell it right before. It's hilarious. And you know what? If things are going to pan out the way that I think is going to pan out, and the stock's going to boom a few months into Gary Black selling the stock, then man, Gary Black, I love the guy, but he is the ultimate inverse Tesla investor. I'm saying it right now. He bought it at the top, and now he sold it right before the boom. And if he sell, and I think if it booms because of this, or because all this timing stuff, he's doing it wrong, then he's the ultimate inverse Tesla investor, and he should never buy Tesla stock ever again. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, he only had like 3,200 shares too.
Yeah, not even much.
Yeah, what up with that? Like, all the ad time, all the going to the TV and say batch crazy about Tesla, and you only have that much? Ridiculous.
Everyone has sold their Tesla stock that we wanted to in the Tesla community, except for one person, and I really want him to sell. Can you guys guess who I'm talking about?
Ross?
Yes, he needs to sell. Exactly. This dude needs to get the hell out of, man. This dude needs to stop going on CNBC or CNN or whatever he goes on, and just stop talking about Tesla. I think that's the only reason why he's holding it. That's the only reason why he's holding it. He's not doing it because he likes Tesla. I don't think he likes Tesla. He hates Elon because he got rejected for the board of directors. I just wish. I mean, we just need him to sell, and that's it. We're good.
Funny story. I have a funny story about Ross.
Really,
So,
huh?
back-
everyone seems to be saying it's
Back in the
okay.
day, very back, 2019, 2020, I was hanging out with my friend Jason DeBo, and he went to that huge run, and he was like, "Shit, I gonna have to pay a shit ton of tax." And then he live in LA, so he's like, "Fa, I'm gonna go hang out with that guy Ross Gerber. I'm gonna ask him what should I do about my tax. You want to go?" And I'm like, "Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. You guys go talk business." And then later that day, I'm like, "Yo, what is the dude said?" The dude said, "Tell him he should sell his Tesla and buy bond." So I'm like, "Oh my god, this should actually tell you to do that." And it's like, "Yeah, he told me to sell half of my Tesla and buy bond." And I'm like, after that, I'm like, "Dude, that's bad. That's bad. I'm not even money manager. I'm just like a person
Oh my
watching
God.
Elon, and I'm like watching Tesla stock. I won't do that myself, you know." And
Oh my God.
what is it? He flip flop. Some day he say nice thing about Tesla. Some day, a lot of day he say bad shit crazy. Dude is like bipolar.
The dude is weird. I mean, I thought the dude.
Remember that dude has an interview with Palantir with Dave Lee, and then talk about Palantir, talking shit about Palantir big time, to the point where Dave Lee had to take down the video because it's so batshit crazy. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh.
This guy is weird.
Yeah,
This guy is.
this guy is unhinged.
I don't know why people trust him with his money, with their money.
Speak.
No, I just don't understand.
He's got gray hair.
Oh, okay. I mean, his track record. I mean, I don't know what his track record is. Actually, no, his track record is garbage. I mean, his Gerber fund is actually still down till today, right? Let me check the stock. Oh my God! Advisory JK ETF. Yeah, okay, there we go. Let me just quickly check it right now. Yeah, year to date is. Come on now. It's up only. Sorry, year to date is up only not even 1%. And for the all time since being IPO'd since 2021, it's down 13%. So if you invested in the Gerber fund since it has IPO'd, you've lost. I mean, it's down 13% now. So yeah, man, I don't know. This dude, the coverage he gets is not fair. I mean, I could do a better job than him. I mean, any of us here could do a better job than him. You know what I mean? Maybe he's just entertaining to listen to. I don't know.
Do we know how many shares he has? Sorry, Pejjy. Do we know how many shares he has? I think there's some controversy around that.
I'm sorry, if I don't count me in 100% if I'm right, but I hear from Tesla bull, cyber bull, Mama. She say he have about 900 shares back in quite some time when he's so angry that he mad at Elon not take him at the board of director. He have about 900 shares. I could be wrong.
He claims that he has millions in it because I bash him a lot on X, and he commented one time he's saying that he has 100 millions of it in it.
Hey guys, I just looked into it. He got 101 shares.
Seriously? No.
Let me post a link.
Post the link.
Advisor share. Yeah, it's weird. I post on my own post. Yeah.
Oh my!
I think sometimes he conflates the amount of shares that he manages with his own shares. You know what I mean? Like he talks big about all these numbers, but I don't think they're his shares. I could be wrong, but I think there's some fuzziness in there.
Or is it? Where are you, Joseph?
So the story is
There
you learn from these people. You see them being bull, being like, hey, I am Tesla bull. I'm one of you guys. I just want to help the community understand Wall Street. The view how they look at this, and then they flip, and then they just say nasty thing about Elon. Say Elon is need to step down. We need to buy advertisement. Dude, Elon own X, and he friend with the president. So I'm like, do we need advertisement? Oh, I am so excited that I think this year, 2025, 2026, 2028, we will see the future of Elon company come together, like XAI with Grok come in the car, the Robotaxi, go in the Y, that shiny gold thing is actually no one in it, and it's gonna go viral. And SpaceX, Starlink, send Tesla bot to Mars, like all that stuff. The stuff that is very like give me chill, like inspiration, like whoa. So I think it's fantastic time to be alive, and I'm great. I feel I don't know. I grateful that I have time to study all of this, and I understand it. I see it like you guys here, like Pejjy, Jennifer, Joseph, Henry, Smoke the Bear West, everybody here understand like what the fuck about to come in shape and form, future about to get very excited. And like we close the space every time I don't have enough Tesla share. So Pejjy say it's gonna be sell the new right after Robotaxi, or something gonna happen, like if it's going the wrong U-turn and hit the curve, and it's gonna become big new in CNBS. I'm buying, you know. All right, I see Smoke the Bear hand up. What up, friend?
Hey, I was just gonna touch on that a little bit. So, like, they talk about how FSD is like so scary. Oh my God, nobody's driving. I can't drive down the road these days without seeing 99% of people with their phones in front of their face driving. Like, for real? Like, come on. That's all I have.
Dude, guys, can I tell you guys a story about while I was down at SpaceX? So I have this friend Travis. He's amazing, and he camps down there a lot because he runs his business, remotely and stuff. I get down there this time. He has a brand new Cyber Beast because he loved Cyber Beach so much, and everybody's Cybertrucks, that he got a brand new Cyber Beast, and he took a bunch of us in it, and we just kept launching that thing down the road. And I don't know if you've been launched in a Cyber Beast, but thing moves. I mean, it moves like a sports car. If you've been launching a Model S, it's the same thing. But we were all laughing and having the best time and playing fart noises, and it was amazing. Tesla makes fun vehicles. They make the safest vehicles, but they're like safe, they're fun, they're amazing. The performance is fantastic. Like, you cannot beat them. I don't know why anybody would be betting against the car company the company, because it's really a robotics company, that makes the highest selling car on earth. The Model Y is now the best selling car on earth. That includes gas cars, So, I mean, if you're betting against Tesla, you just can't math, is the long and the short of it.
I'm saying it's like riding a horse, breaking out your flip phone.
Guys, I rented a Cybertruck in Kuwait here for about 4 days. Oh man, I mean, just the feel of it, sitting in a Tesla instantly. I made a video about it. It felt so good. I miss driving a Tesla, and me giving it back and going back to my gas car, it was so miserable. Like I felt so disgusted sitting back in a dinosaur. It was very depressing. That then, like right then and there, I'm like, screw it. By January, I'm gonna be ordering a Tesla, and that's that. I mean, I gotta figure out how to import this thing, how I can bring it here in Kuwait and stuff like that. But man, it's hard. It's really hard. Like I was driving the Cybertruck for 4 days, and then when I went back to my gas car, like I was so used to the Cybertruck or to the Tesla, is that when I left the car, I would just take my seatbelt and just leave the car, and that's it. I did the same thing with my gas car, and I got out and I'm like, why is the car still running? I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, it's not a Tesla. So I had to get back in, turn off the AC, turn off the radio, turn off the what's it called, the car, and then get out and then lock the car. And I'm just like, and then because regen was on, I keep forgetting that the gas car doesn't have regen. There was a lot of close calls. Oh man, it's different. It's different. It's very. I just hope Tesla comes to Kuwait, hopefully. But I've already made a decision that by next year I'm getting it, either the Model 3 or Model Y, depending on how the Model Y is, because the Model Y is my least favorite Tesla because of the visibility and such. The Model 3 has amazing visibility. So let's see. Let's see what happens.
I think you'll be really impressed with the new Model Y. I just test drive it. My friend's got a new black one. The Y quality and the build quality is so much improved. I feel like it's day and night better than my performance Model Y. So I consider upgrade to the next Model Y. I have a Y and a Cybertruck. So
how's the visibility? Is it the same as the old Model Y?
It's basically the same. Interior, the dimension is almost exactly the same. My friend even used the existing accessory from the old Y in the new Y. It fit just right in the format, the console cover, everything just works, which is amazing. He doesn't have to buy again.
Darn. No, I'm gonna test that out when I go back to Toronto or something. Test out the new Model Y. But man, I was very disgusted driving back that gas car. It was very depressing. It was just very bad.
And people say, "Oh yeah, the Model Y may not sell very well." I mean,
they're full of crap. They're full of crap.
There's so many new Y in the road now. So it's increasingly almost every day I see a new Model Y every day now. So.
And speaking about the Model Y, there was a rumor going around, not a rumor, but a picture going around showing the Model Y. The front and back was being covered, and everybody thought that this was the affordable Model Y, the stripped down Model Y. I don't know about everyone else, but to me that looks like maybe the performance. I mean, it looks exactly like the Model Y. Nothing looks different. Like people are saying it that, oh, the front is shorter and the wheels are shorter and it's a two-door or something like that. I'm just like, huh? What are you talking about? It looks exactly like a Model Y. Anyone else feel like that?
I'll give them benefit of the doubt. If it's exactly the same in design and it's a performance Model Y, why did they cover the front and back bumper? Is it because they have a different bumper? Maybe could it be?
I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, the size looks the same to me. I think because it's a performance. Maybe that's why. I don't know. But they did the same thing to. I think it was a Model 3 Performance. They did the same thing. They cover the front and back. If you guys remember.
Right. Brian Wong mentioned it's about 7 to 9 inches shorter than the Model Y. He was using AI to analyze it, so I'm not sure how accurate that is, but I don't know.
Even if it's 7 to 8 inches shorter, I mean, everything else kind of looks the same. I mean, the affordable Model Y, I think, is literally the same thing, just stripped down. Like I think, because the Model Y, they have a lot of luxurious things, so they can just strip that down and say, okay, this affordable Model Y is now like $5,000 to $10,000 cheaper. You guys can get that. This is the affordable Model Y. Here it is, right? Because it's not a dedicated vehicle anymore. Because that's clear to me after this Robotaxi thing that's going to happen. It's very clear to me that Tesla's not going to make a dedicated affordable model. Maybe they will. I don't know. Maybe they'll surprise us. But the way it's going, it's looking like it's the 3 and Y just stripped down massively. I think all those luxurious things that you would get, like a butt warmer or a butt cooler. I mean, those things are not going to be there anymore, of course. and other things that can potentially, maybe smaller wheels, right? Maybe a smaller horsepower or a smaller motor, something that can really strip. It's the same thing, but just stripped down. And it makes sense for Tesla to do that because it doesn't cost them to do that. It's because it's just stripping it down. And that's why one of the reasons why Gary Black sold his Tesla stock was because of there's no dedicated affordable model. But I mean, when you have Robotaxi coming up, no one cares about how many vehicle sales you sell. I mean, in the next 5 years, guys, when Robotaxis are common everywhere, no one's gonna care about auto sales. No one's gonna care about it. I mean, it's just gonna be obsolete. It's just, okay, how many ride shares did you do? How much did you deploy? How many? What's the cut rate of that? And which continents did you deploy it in? That's more important than silly. Yeah, I just sold a car. I mean,
Brother, don't also, like, he just literally said, like, you can use your car to make you money. Basically, like you're an Uber. It's not sitting in it. That's huge, bro.
Yeah, pretty much.
Exactly. Oh, by the way, just a little bit change of topic here. Since Elon mentioned in his SpaceX presentation that he's still aiming to have a 50% chance to send a rocket to Mars in 2026, most likely the end of 2026. That gives him about 1.5 years. And he also said that he's going to send, hopefully, Optimus robot to prepare Mars for human in the future trips. So if we really think about it, he got a few really big objectives he want to accomplish in the next 1.5 years. He need to get Optimus in a state that it can be doing real work, boring, mundane, but real work, self-repairable robot. And also he need to ramp up the rocket so they can review and relaunch, reuse really quickly.
Yeah.
And then he also have to ramp up to thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of Robotaxi. And he also have to ramp up and the XAI next generation of Grok. So he got a lot of big objectives. The next 1.5 years is very important for the company, for Elon, especially because when Trump is before his the midterm. So God knows what happened after the midterm. They may lose some seat, lose some influence from the House. So if there's anything they want to get done and get government approval, it's really critical to get it done by end of 2026, in my humble opinion. So you see Scott Duffy, the Department of Transportation, already working with Robotaxi. So I think all the stars are lining up. It's all about execution in 2026. If things are executing right and Elon are extreme focused, sleep 24/7 in the factory, I think we may see a good price in the stock to reflect those accomplishments. But it's all about execution right now. We all know what the goals are. We all connect the dots already. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, that's a very good point. That's a very good point. The what's I gonna say to add on to that? Elon is so focused right now. Like, I love the fact that I mean, saying things like 24/7 back in Tesla and XAI, and I think what you just said nails that, because he sees this opportunity. And the big beautiful bill just got passed, where she's not a fan of, and he's saying that the only way that he can, I guess to surpass that or go over that is to increase GDP drastically. And what does that? it's the bots. And so he's very laser focused on that. And it's crazy that you say that the bots, he has 18 months minimum to do that. I had Boomer Mama on a podcast. It's available now for members only, but it'll be up for everybody on Monday. She is saying that within the next 12 months, we will see the rollout of Optimus. And that blew my mind. I'm like, whoa, you're telling me that we're going to see not only robotaxis within 12 months being scaled everywhere, but you're going to see Optimus as well? I mean, I can't, it's hard. I don't know, you guys, whoever who has more focus on Optimus. For me, the Optimus, I can't comprehend it. Like right now, I am fully focused on the Robotaxi and the scalability of that and how they're going to get into markets. But the bot, this is something that I can't comprehend, because scaled in levels we've never seen before, it gets very naughty and it melts my brain. So anyone want to take that, be my guest.
Pejjy, sorry, I'm trying to manage this giant pineapple and the phone at the same time, so I just thought I'd double dutch in. So Joseph made some really good points. So I was down here for the launch, and I don't know if everybody knows, but it was the first time we reused a booster. So that was huge. That alone, reusing the booster for the very first time, dropped the cost of payload to space significantly, because now they've proven that it's proof of concept that, like, yeah, these are going to be reusable, because before that it was always a new booster that was being used, so that's enormous. So booster 14 gave us a lot, and they got a lot of data out of it. I talked to some of the guys, everybody sounded really positive about the last flight. And if you think about it, SpaceX is going to be one of the largest customers for Tesla because of the Optimus robot and also some of the vehicle products too. Like, I believe that the Cybertruck was really made because we need a Mars rover, and it would be a fantastic Mars rover, to tell you the truth. That thing attacks the beach. I was on Boca Chica Beach this time in both a 2-wheel drive gas car and a Cyber Beast. And I'm telling you, the experience is entirely different. And sorry, I'm also walking around this campground trying to find my way back to our lot. But so, it made it really evident to me that vehicle, the Cybertruck, is made to attack terrain. Like, you don't even feel like you're on the beach. It's like driving on a road and you have so much control. It just rules the school. It was like such a different experience. I suggest everybody try it sometime. But I mean, so, SpaceX is going to be buying a lot of Tesla products. And, right now, Optimus is performing really, really well, teleoperated. And so I believe they're going to be able to teleoperate the Tesla robots for the first Mars mission. So I'm not really worried about that. I'm pretty confident that Elon and the team are going to be able to accomplish this.
That's an accurate description of the Cyber Beast. It's absolutely incredible, but that was well done.
Facts. Sigma, I saw your hand up for a second. You want to add anything to this?
Yeah, hey guys, thanks for having me. I was just eating, so I have a question for Joseph or anybody else that could add some value to this question. So I'm a long-term Tesla investor, but I look for dips to add to my shares. Joseph, could you speak on that buy the rumor, sell the news event for the Robotaxi, and how we could use that as a buying opportunity, and what price targets that you have on the pullback?
I'm always into the buy and hold and buy more. I don't sell my own share in anticipation of a drop, so I can buy at a lower price. In the past, I have done it before. I may win more than I lose. However, it's not a sustainable long-term strategy. To me, it's always about accumulating more share. Even though the price may not be perfect, I'm adding share along the way, believing that 5 or 10 years down the road, it's going to be worth significantly more. So to me, a good price point is around low 300. Anything under 330 is an automatic buy from me. I don't really think about it. It's a market order. I don't do limit order because I believe short term I cannot really gauge the price. So if it's under 330, I buy. If it's a little bit over, then I wait for a intraday low point, then I add in some share. I usually add about $5,000 per order. Depends on whether I have enough money or I have more or I have less, but 5,000 is my per order. I rather keep some cash on the side. If it's more drop, then I buy more, but 5,000 every time is my goal.
It's important to note too that the Fibonacci sequence is at 375 to 380. So if Tesla were to break those levels, we'd likely see it go up to the 400 range, and then I would take profits in the 380 to 400 range, and then you'd probably see a pullback back down to where we're at at now. But I think the absolute floor would be 330.
Okay, yeah.
In a good buying opportunity there. But I would set like stop losses if you're already heavily invested in these levels around the 330 range, and then just wait till you see that uptrend again. But if it breaks the I think it's 375 to 380 is the Fibonacci sequence, then you could really see it go up to the 400s or even higher after the Robotaxi rollout.
Who's speaking right now? My live is kind of glitching.
It's Eric.
Hey, Eric. Yeah, so I don't plan on selling my shares. Like, I don't have any stop loss. But what I've been doing is I've been selling puts, like 300 strike puts, to raise as we've been moving up and just collecting premium, and basically.
Yeah, that's a fantastic idea. And if you're not looking to sell, then there's no. I mean, you could write it down to whatever and just keep adding. And I mean, dollar cost averaging it at this point is probably the best strategy.
He's coming on the channel next week. Get ready.
I'm 90% sure 400 plus before end of the year, based on charts and analysis.
Yeah, and I'm a long-term investor just like the rest of you. That being said, you do want to buy on the dips and not always be buying into strength. So
I bought 500 shares at the top on Friday, and I should have just waited till I knew that there was going to be some rebalances with hedge funds, but I really thought that it just like institutions or retail would push it up at least to like the 570 mark, and I really lost an opportunity there.
Yeah. So selling those puts, and your short term floor is that 330 level, Eric?
Yeah, around that level is what I would say would be a realistic number if it were to break that support.
Okay, and to any of the other speakers, anyone else in here, are you doing any other strategies to add on dips, like selling puts or anything like that you can speak about?
Nah, bro. I just buy and hold. I can't keep up with trading. I'm living my best life, y'all. I just travel. I come see all y'all. I can't be doing all that. So I'm like Joseph and I have a similar strategy, and we're both rich as fuck. So take it as you will.
Yeah, that's nice that you're a millionaire. I'm sure there's lots of millionaires in here too. I'm one as well, but I also like to take advantage of pullback. So that's what I'm trying to address.
Yeah, just dollar cost averaging is a great approach. But if anybody else has any objections to what I said or any other insight, obviously I would love to.
No, I totally agree. DCA is a good approach. I also, at times when I feel comfortable, I sell a little cover call. But if I even have a slight feeling that it's going to pop big time in the short term, I will stop selling cover call. So, for example, this week I'm not doing any cover call because I feel like God knows which day they're going to launch Robotaxi, right? So I'm not touching any of that. I just want to play safe and get a little side money to buy more share. My goal is to buy more share.
Dark pool data. Oh, sorry. Just keep going. The dark pool data at 346 is also something to look at. You had 2 billion in either buys or sells. I mean, the charts point towards it being buys at 346, which could be a new floor short term. So that's a lot of money flowing in after market hours, and I think that could really set a floor. And we will know by pre-market on Monday if that's the case. But if 340, let's say 340 at the worst is the floor, it's only going to go up with Robotaxi news, in my opinion. And I think he's going to announce the India deal where they're breaking ground in 2026, as well as the Model Y performance and sales. So those three things together as a catalyst could honestly shoot this thing up to the 400s within 2 to 3 weeks.
That's a good point.
Yeah. And hey, based on your guys' experience watching these events, if it is a buy the rumor, sell the news event, does it usually happen the morning of, the day of, or do we wait for there to be like, when he goes and presents it at the conference or the event itself, and then the market kind of digests that, and maybe the next couple of days we start to sell? Like, what have you guys noticed?
Well, what I've noticed with Tesla is sorry, Eric. What I've noticed with Tesla is that it's usually on the day of. Whenever Tesla does things, when they launch it, it's the day of. It's instant, just selling. That's what I've noticed. Now for Tesla, on June 12th is when they're gonna release the thing, but I don't think there's gonna be an official event because why would there be an official event?
Presentation or something.
I don't think there will be because there's only 10 Model Ys. So it's like, okay, if you're gonna make an event, there's gonna be hundreds of people there, and it's like, well, we only have 10 Model Ys. So it's like, I think Tesla's gonna be like, you know what we'll do? We will just launch it on 12th of June. I think they've already launched it, in my opinion. I think it's already going on in Austin. Things are happening, but their official date is June 12th. And I think it'll be just for selected people to make sure things are good and safe. I think after 2 weeks or so, things will ramp up. Then it could be for public use. But I don't think there's gonna be a very big event or anything like that for this because it won't make sense. You don't want to have people lined up just to test out a Robotaxi that only has 10 Model Ys, right? Again, I already think they're doing it now because Elon was talking about they're a month ahead of schedule. So I think they're already doing it now, but it's officially on June 12th. So everyone knows that, hey, it's already out there.
Yeah. I don't like not necessarily an in-person, but I think Elon will definitely post, and Tesla will obviously post videos regarding Robotaxi to get attention brought to it. And I think even you have a catalyst with Trump, obviously endorses Elon heavily, and something like when he was optimistic about the S&P on April 9th, and stocks just soared to the roof. He could do something like that for Tesla, basically as like a parting gift. We already saw him give Elon the White House key, and we know Elon's focusing on SpaceX and Tesla moving forward. And I think that there could be some extreme like news catalyst that hits the internet, not necessarily in person with Robotaxi, where it gains a lot of attention from market makers and things like that. And then to answer earlier, if it does break the Fibonacci sequence, you would have from this level 12% profit. So my strategy would be, if it breaks that 375 to 380 from here, to take profits and then sit with cash on the sideline and wait to either re-enter if it keeps the uptrend or wait for a little pullback.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, just want to add one more thing here regarding big picture. I also invest in NVIDIA. So before NVIDIA AI become the topic of everybody's, it was really about GPU and gaming GPU. That time is before $1,000 per split, so it become like 100. So if you split adjust it, I'm talking about $10 per share. At that time, people are struggling whether to believe whether it's justified the PE, right? They sit in between two big waves. A GPU is kind of not saturated, but not like growing. But AI is not really coming. So people think, yeah, maybe AI is a thing, but maybe not, right? So nobody really placed a big bet on it. So between that two waves, the price kind of stuck around $10 always. To me, it's almost the best time to buy because of a big wave coming. People are judging, gauging where the company can execute. I feel like Tesla right now is at the same time, the same situation. Car is kind of like saturated. Everybody knows they can deliver, but not really growing as crazy as we expected. But now the next big wave, we all know is real. FSD, we drive it, we have our taste on it, we play with it, we know it's legit. We know robot is really real based on what Jensen also said. It's relatively easily compared to everything else it's doing. So you can see their writings on the wall. It's just a matter of executing, and sit and wait and be patient for the next wave to come.
Mark, check out the new video I posted for
because
members
God knows
only.
if
Check it out.
2026 will be another 2020, 7.4 times return in 1 year.
Yeah,
Nobody expect that, right?
the AI boom is going to be similar to the .com boom, and for AI stocks, NVIDIA obviously, and you have Palantir too to look at. Attractive buys right now at 110, and I mean they're basically a mirror of NVIDIA and haven't really busted through the market yet. But with their new chip, I think there's a huge upside for AMD and also Palantir as well as NVIDIA. I mean that's like getting ahead of the .com boom, in my opinion, with what's going to happen with AI in the next decade.
I'd like to jump in with some thoughts on this too. the way I look at this, I'm a long-term buy and hold kind of guy. I've been doing this for 8 years now with Tesla, and I've accumulated what I think is a decent position. And I've thought a lot about the next few months. I think we have a 9-month window, and I don't know what's going to happen in this window. What I would be concerned about, and by the not financial advice, and certainly not criticism of someone else's trading or different investment style and all that, totally cool. But I don't know that there's, that I would do covered calls at this moment or try to sell at this moment when we could have rip your face off, run to 1,000 things coming up. One of the biggest mistakes I've made in my life was in March of 2020. I sold a sizable position of my Tesla stock. I was still kind of like, not necessarily a novice, but I thought with a pandemic, I was real brilliant for a minute, and I'm like, hey, the world's gonna, go
I know
really
that
south
day
on
very
us.
well, March 20th, 2020.
Yes, March 20th. No, let me tell you this. The moment I did it, the moment it took off, and it went on a 1.5-year run. And I think that's what we've got somewhere in the next 9 months, spring next year. I already said this last week, I think 1,000 by late summer. I think I'm kind of padding a few extra months in there. But so for the next 9 months, what I would look at if I hadn't already built out my position, I would be looking at what opportunities do I have to get in and buy more. And look, if this thing goes down at all, like in the 200s or low, whatever, if you haven't built your war chest, and again, I'm saying it like it's advice, it's not. This is what I would be. I would definitely be grabbing what I can, because I don't think we're going to have another opportunity after 9 months to do this.
Oh yeah.
In my case, I'm looking for, if it dips, I might do some Roth IRA conversions, and I've never done options before, but I might do a leap. I kind of regret missing out on the 200s about a month ago, and was it Emmett Peppers grabbed some. I think, again, I'm a novice on this, so I haven't even done it, but some leaps for June 2027 at 600 strike price, and he bought them around the when Tesla was trading around 200. If that opportunity came up, I'd grab some, just because I'd like to dip my toe in the leap water. But I would just be careful. I don't see the benefit of trading in and out of this thing or selling covered calls and risking losing my shares at this moment. These are just my thoughts. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
I just want to add to that. You mentioned Emmett Peppers. That's a guy that turned $1 million into 30 million in 2020. Just
crazy.
basically rolling calls, right? And I actually emailed him.
No, it was $1,800. I hate to interrupt you. It was $1,800, and he turned it into 30 million. True story.
And then that 30 into 100. I actually emailed him and talked to him about that. And that was incredible. Who was that was just speaking? My live keeps glitching out. It won't show me who the speaker is.
Yeah, that's Wes Hicks.
Sorry, and then it was me, Jennifer.
Thanks. I'm gonna follow you guys. You guys are great.
I
Let's
love
go.
everything Wes say. Wes, thank you so much. Wholeheartedly agree. 100% thumb up. Thank you for sharing your experience. I have one regret share that I sell, just one, and I learned from my own experience. I'm not doing that shit again. That one share should split 5 and split 3. My cost rate will be like $16 if I'm not selling that. But oh well. Where's that? Thank you. So yeah, it's can moon anytime. I'm not counting on it because I'm still buying. So please don't moon on me. I'm so close to my goal, But this is excited. It's spicy and juicy this week. Elon back, so back. He's so back that I feel bad for the short. I feel bad for all the short sellers. They're gonna feel some burn.
Hope they all
I never feel bad for the short sellers. I'm like, I wonder how Yaman's feeling right now, because he shorted both my babies and he was wrong.
Hope they all get short squeezed. I hope they all get short squeezed to hell.
Yeah. So I love I'm not on X so much because I'm watching my kid, but the other day I opened my feed and I see Homa say, if you like getting fucked in your butt, you should short Tesla.
You know what I'm really looking forward to?
Girl,
so
it serves
true.
them right though. It serves them right because listen, short selling is immoral. I mean, Elon's talked about it because it's betting against companies. You're betting for an American company to fail. It's immoral. It is by divine grace that they definitely always get burned. Like it's BS. It's just a bad thing to do. I just think people who do it are shitty humans. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. And what up with Bill Gates? Dude, he got Elon rip him on that Qatar Economic Forum. That the interview lady is like, "Hey Elon, those cut some money that the children so depend on Bill Gates saying it that you harm some children," and Elon is like, "Wait, what? Bill Gates he care for children when he went to Epstein Island?" Oh my goodness. Juicy. Elon, this version is
No,
you guys,
he's locked
not
in.
financial advice. Yeah,
He's
he
locked
locked
in.
and load and he ready to shoot.
Now, you know what I'm excited for? I'm excited to see
The
what Q4 2025 earnings call is going to be. And I say that specifically because I want to see what the guidance is going to be for robotaxis for the next 12 months. Hell, even for the next 6 months after that, because I think from now till end of this year, I think there will be a much bigger and clearer path to how Tesla can scale this thing, at least in the United States. So I mean, by then we would know how much Tesla will get cut, what the cut is for the robotaxi fleet. We will know what their base fare is going to be. We would know maybe if robotaxis go much better than we think it's going to go, we can probably see an increase in FSD, monthly subscription, because the thing is now unsupervised. You know what I mean? So I think Q4 of 2025 is going to be earnings call is going to be very fire. I'm really looking forward to that. And if we do get a really good guidance, man, get ready to see some good stock prices. That's how I'm going to say. Sheesh.
Hey, Pejjy, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
One, do we know when the shareholder meeting is? Because I feel like it's getting a little long in the tooth. And then two, I just want to let you know my next stop is Austin. I'll be up there for a little while. So if anybody hears anything, any leads on where the robo taxis are that they're testing or anything like that, DM me. I'll go check it out. I'll do video and photo if it's appropriate. I always respect the Musk company. So if somebody says don't take photos, I won't take photos. But if it's appropriate, I'd be happy to cover it for everybody. So if anyone has a lead, I will physically be in Austin starting tomorrow.
Oh, nice. No shareholder meets. I haven't heard anything from Tesla or Elon or anybody yet. So we'll wait on that. And nice. So you're going to be there in Austin tomorrow. June 12th is the launch date. So I think after June 12th, you could probably do something. I think they were talking about a wait list or something like that.
Yeah, they're already driving around though.
Yeah, they're already driving around.
They're already driving around now. Yeah, so I kind of want to go see if I can see any in the wild, And as far as the shareholder meeting, we do have a new head of investor relations. He's really nice. He's helped me out. Travis Axelrod, he's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe I'll contact them and see. Maybe they have an idea because we usually know by now when the shareholder meeting is, but it may just be that we have someone new in the position. I don't know. I just thought I'd ask.
Yeah, no, let's see. Let's see what dates they have. I think if anything, they would probably want to do it after the launch of this thing. So let's see. Henry.
I also heard there's some speculation they're trying to get Elon's comp package available so we can vote on it. So
oh my God, yes. If we can get the Elon comp. To me, Elon is going balls to the walls with Optimus. So for sure, they've already talked about it internally that Elon's going to get a 25% voting power. Otherwise, he wouldn't be going freaking demon mode on Optimus right now and wouldn't be promoting and stuff like that. So I think it's already a done deal internally. It's just that we have to vote for it, and I think it's going to get passed, of course, because we're all going to vote for it, and it's in Texas. So, sheesh. Henry, what you got? Welcome.
Hi. Yeah, I just wanted to take a moment to say hi to Fa and you and everyone else here. And just share the highlight of my week was, I think it was yesterday, where when Elon was with Trump in the Oval Office and he shut down the New York Times journalists. And
Yeah.
I just feel like Elon is getting more focused, more eloquent. He's building, he's strengthening existing relationships in the government. He's fostering new ones. He has a lot of progress on SpaceX, as Jennifer shared, and it's just exciting times. And just one last thing about, I heard Sigma ask some pretty good questions, and I heard Eric's and Joseph's opinion. Maybe it's just occupational hazard on my part because I've been doing this for a little over 30 years. But I don't advocate trading, especially in Tesla. It's just too volatile, even though that's why I'm in that business. But it's better, I think, to kind of look at it from a dollar cost average, uh, position size correctly. Don't over, um, burden yourself by over leveraging, even though you're not on margin. And then for the long term, most people who invest like that should be okay. The only from my experience over these past 30 years, the only thing that I can say that um, dollar cost averaging with some sense of guarantee is investing in uh, kind of like index ETFs like VOO, SPY, QQQs. They have stood this test of time, as well as bonds. But anything else, individual stocks, Tesla, as we all know here, is probably, you know, people, pundits talk about PE ratio, uh, uh, any other thing to kind of like put their criticism on Tesla. But we all know that all great growth stories, companies grow into their PE. But then again, I just want to go back before I close this out, is that, just think about moderation. Try not to think too much about, unless your business is being a trader. For the most people, I think dollar cost averaging, thinking long term, diversifying to a degree, to your comfort, to your own personal financial
Fuck that.
situation.
All in Tesla.
I hear you. I hear you.
Dude, I agree. All in Tesla. Listen, diverse stock portfolios make like 5% a year, right? My portfolio is 2 stocks and it did 405% last year. So pick your poison. But I hear you. If you don't have other assets, you may want to be a little more conservative.
Hey, I have to agree with that because mine are in two different right now, Tesla and Palantir. And 2 days before Lib Day, I bought it. I'm up 38% right now. I'm just saying.
Yeah, look, if you want to invest, if you have,
I have something to confess.
you know,
I'm not all in Tesla. I have a little bit of Nvidia. I have a little bit of Palantir. It's do me very good. And I have EOS because Jen tell me to start, and I start, and it's look good. But 95% Tesla, and it's been great. All right, Pejjy, sorry.
yeah, no, I mean, I mean, what is diversification? Is to me, the diversification is not like holding 20 stocks, 15 stocks. It's like ETFs. That's what diversification is to me, right? So I would only invest in the S&P 500 if I have tens of millions of dollars, right? this way, it's like, okay, every year is probably going to grow 7-8%. I can probably take 3-4% out of that and use that to fund my life. And that's more than enough money for me to live off all my expenses and to do other things with it. But if I want to grow it from, let's say, 500,000 to 5 million or 1 million to 10 million, I would probably, I mean, for someone like me who's laser focused on Tesla, I mean, I can sleep, peacefully at night, going all in Tesla. We have someone here that couldn't sleep at night because they didn't have enough Tesla stock. But for me,
Who the hell is that?
I don't
That's
know.
crazy, man.
I don't know who is that, Joseph. I don't know. That's a good question. But I can sleep peacefully owning Tesla all in. I mean, I'm 99.6% all in a Tesla. The other 0.4% or 0.3% is HIMS. I do hold some HIMS. I think that has a very good high potential to easy 10x, 15x within the next 5 to 10 years, based on what they're doing. But other than that, I'm all in on Tesla.
I actually agree with Henry. Diversification is really important. So in my case, I diversify into robotic, AI, auto business, solar, energy storage. Yeah, it happens to be all in one company though. So it's kind of weird how it works out.
Love it. Love it.
No, seriously, I'm not trolling. I'm not really trolling. I'm for real. Like, if the company happens to be, if all the business that you're interested in and you believe is the future happens to be in one company, then we really have to take a leap of faith and then say, should I take that risk? Should I take that leap of faith and invest in it? I 20x with that, so I'm happy with the result. That nothing's guaranteed in life, right? But if you see an opportunity, you don't seize it, I'm the only one to blame, right? We all responsible for our own portfolio, our success and our failure. I was as index fund as you get. I'm a devotee of index fund. I'm a Jeb Bogle head for the longest time until a generational company comes along, and I know it's gonna do amazing thing. I never expected it would grow 20 times in 4 years, but it's over my expectation already. So I'm kind of happy that it works out. However, great company doesn't come very often, and when it comes, it's good to seize the opportunity. That's all I have to say, really.
Hey guys, I just wanted to say thanks for the space. I've got to run. I'm trying to set up the Starlink right now because the internet's a little shoddy right here. So it's SpaceX to the rescue. But thanks for having me up. It was great to hear from all y'all. Missed y'all. And I'll see you next week.
Awesome. Thank you,
See
Jen.
you later.
Thank you, Jen.
Thank you.
Hey, honestly, dude, like I couldn't agree with you more on your all-in-one company. That's one of those unicorns. Like I feel like that Tesla and Palantir are one of those few unicorns that don't come along very often. And right now we've got two of these that are about to boom. And it's like, if you miss it, don't cry later. The salt's coming.
I agree with you. May I also add NVIDIA?
Oh, absolutely. Because NVIDIA, you look at NVIDIA, that's the hardware to the software. AI.
Don't forget about AMD.
Yeah, well, yeah, AMD too. Like all of these companies are like unicorns waiting to blossom.
AMD is a data center giant and will be. I mean, with AI's accelerating chips, semiconductors, it's going to be crazy. As long as China doesn't invade Taiwan, obviously, that's the only.
Bro.
So listen to all of you guys here. So thank you so much for the knowledge. Appreciate it. Let's see. If we all can just agree that America is fighting, try to be the leader of the AI right here, right now. Trump is like, yo, you guys come back and build shit in America, build car in America. We want to drive a car that made by American company. We want to make the road full with AI. Let's make less accident, less people die, and the humanoid robot is the future. It's the future that, let's see, cheap labor in China, but if we can make humanoid robot here in America, we can make everything cheap too, right? So if we all agree here that America is gonna become the like the Middle East, they say, hey, America is hot right now.
Yeah.
1 year ago, I don't know, I'm not sure, they kind of sleepy, but now they're hot right now. Everybody is gonna want to come here and invest money.
Yeah.
So
That's
is
true.
this a bull market? Is this a bull run right now? What do you guys think? Do you guys see like in this 4 year, we might see 10x, 5x? What do you think? Who want to take this?
It, it all depends really on Trump and tariffs. So we can't keep having tariffs on, tariffs off, deals on, deals off. We have to have some sort of market stability before big money really starts pouring in my opinion. I mean, I think, yes, the charts indicate we're about to go on a bull market, especially in tech stocks. But, he could tweet anything on Monday, or he could piss off another country, China, whatever. And if we don't get these trade deals, and if these tariffs keep getting put on, and that's where you get huge volatility in the market where it's hard to trade. So the best bet is dollar cost averaging, like we said before, but it really hinges on geopolitical relationships and how our president and how diplomatic we look to the rest of the world. And that also comes, I think, Elon leaving politics and focusing on his companies is going to significantly help Tesla, because there's a lot of people on the left that do not agree with him partnering with Trump or their relationship. You see it in Europe. Just based on our tariffs on Europe, the sales have dropped significantly. We have to go into other markets like India. We have to have all these other outside countries that want Tesla to be sold and to be utilized in their country, and a lot of that comes back to our president and how he manages the relationship with Elon Musk and the rest of these leaders. And I think the relationship is good, and I think Elon leaving politics and focusing on SpaceX, Tesla, robotics, and all AI will only help in the long term and get those investors back to being optimistic.
I mean, I could say one thing here is.
Eric, if you don't mind, I got a question for you.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
So I'm just curious. You sound like you've been in the markets a hot minute. I'm going to be completely blunt honest. I'm not a market bro. I'm a tech bro. Like, that's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
My convictions is all from the tech, not from the market standpoint. You sound like you're deep into the market. So my thoughts recently is, what is the chances of all this tariff pullback, blow up, pullback, constant, where the market just becomes numb to it? It's like it's just dumb noise.
I think the domestic market is already numb to it to a degree, but where you see a potential red flag is if Chinese money, if Japan or European their markets and their money just start to just kind of leave the big players like Tesla. I don't think they'll ever leave an Nvidia or Palantir, but just from the hate you see. I mean, you saw Tesla's getting vandalized for the last 3 months. Like, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about people like that have millions of dollars to invest in this company, and they might just off of preference or just off of principle say, I'm not putting any more money into this. The European countries might say, I'm not putting any more money into this stock because of Elon or Trump or anything like that. I think our market's pretty much numb to it already. But there's the factor that there's more money than just in America that has to pour into these companies to make them exceed.
Yeah, I really appreciate that breakdown. Thank you.
Yeah, that was good. Or we can just wait until Donald Trump tweets out again to buy the stocks again. It's always a good signal. But
dude, yeah, I actually slept in. I slept in on. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go on.
I slept in on April 9th when he said now's a good time to buy, and I would have easily just put $5,000 on S&P calls for like 605 area, and that 5,000 would have been 1.2 million by the end of the day because we had the highest
Sheesh.
increase in S&P in I think a decade. I overslept. I woke up and I saw the tweets, and I was already too late. Premiums were too high. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now?" Literally missed out on $1 million just 24-hour opportunity because I overslept.
That's
But
insane.
I have a lot in Tesla and the other mentioned companies, so long term it'll be fine. But you have to look. Like I downloaded. I hate Truth Social, but I downloaded Truth Social just so I could see his alerts on tweets because it's very possible he's unhinged. He could tweet that again. Now would be a great time to buy. He could tweet something extremely bullish about Tesla after the Robotaxi rollout, and that's when you start looking at charts and you see shorts get liquidated, shorts get squeezed, and that's when you're like, okay, we're about to have $100 increase today. That's you have to pay attention to those factors, keep your alerts on, and people that can sway markets like Donald Trump, even though you might not like him, you be neutral, you might hate him, you can make a lot of money based on his emotions as well.
Oh yeah. Well, with Trump, you can make a lot of money with this guy. It's amazing. What I wanted to say is point out on tariffs and, if we're going to go into a bull market or not. I don't know, man. I mean, I know the stock market is not the actual economy or anything like that, but so I'm here in Kuwait. We do a lot of international imports from all around the world, and we have a good eye on freights. It pretty much tells us what supply demand is, and demand is low everywhere. Like, I don't know, like the market everywhere is just very bad. And this is across pretty much every country. I don't know about the US. I think the US right now is internally they're doing very good stuff because they're having a lot of investments pouring in. But in other countries, like I'm also Canadian, like in Canada, it's very depressing, especially now we have liberals again, which is just even worse. But just worldwide, I mean, if you look at Europe is just being beaten down with all the things that's happening on there. Asia they're better than Europe. Asia is much better than Europe, but they're still sluggish. And the Middle East right now is also sluggish right now. I mean, in Kuwait is different when you compare to Saudi and Dubai and all these other countries. But just worldwide, what we're noticing in our demand and supply, and especially with our imports and what our freight managers are saying, is that they're saying that demand is very low this year compared to other years. Now, this could be because of tariffs. So it's hard to tell what's going to happen in the next 3 to 4, 6 months. If Trump can make a lot of deals with a lot of countries, then that's very good. I think it'll pick back up quick. But if it's going to keep lingering like this, I think I don't want to say a recession. I don't think that's going to happen. But I think this sluggishness is going to continue for some time. And I think it was it Jerome Powell or was it Morgan Stanley that came out and said that interest rates are gonna stay the way they are for some time, and I can see why. I mean, it's becoming very clear why that's the case. So let's see what happens, man. I mean, if we get deals done, if Trump can get good deals done and get these tariffs to more stability and get this uncertainty out the way, then I can see a bull market or the economy picking back up again. So that's my take on it.
Yeah, and I just posted the poly market data in the chat for the likelihood of deals, specifically Japan and India, look like they will be announced in the next week or week and a half. Europe is still on the fence, and the poly market is a very good indicator. They pretty much knocked it out of the park as far as their percentile chances of almost anything. But European Union, I think we won't see till probably end of July. I think it's going to hold, but I think we will have a deal with Japan and India by the end of next week or the week after.
More deals, the better. Let's see what happens.
All right, Henry, what up?
Yeah, Pejjy, I appreciate that on the macro level. your
Yeah.
perspective from the Middle East. I have perspective from Asia. I know that the whatchamacallit, the GRIs have been filed with the respective authorities per FMC, and the spot rates are going to exceed, I would say at this point, 6,000 for the 40 high cube and a 40 footer.
Mm.
And I also this week heard that the peak season surcharge is going to add to there is going to be 1,500. So what we're seeing is a minimum triple the cost for an ocean freight container. Bookings, like you said, are very it's picking back up. The bookings are coming in.
Mm.
But what's going to happen, retailers like Gap, they, no pun intended, they gap down this week. Costco, margins are tightening. And
Right.
this is before the peak season. You know, Pejjy, ocean freight in just supply chain in general, from region to region, has their own peak season. Peak
Yep.
season is coming up for Asia for the back to school season, and then followed by the holidays, Thanksgiving, Halloween, and Christmas. From a production to a in DC window, we passed it already. So there's going to be supply chain constraints. So this may all seem to most people here, maybe, I'm not sure, but just foreign lingo. But in a nutshell, whether it's going to be great news if Trump releases or announces deals. But
Yep.
something to keep in mind, just like when you throw a rock into a pond and you get ripples, because the supply chain has already been disrupted, you're going to the economy is going to feel ripple effects. What are those? You back to school, mark my words, for some products there's going to be inflation.
Oh yeah.
There's also going to be
100%.
inventory constraints. So those are some headwinds, and that's why I didn't mean to be a Debbie Downer on Tesla, but from a macroeconomic perspective, this is why, because, from my experience, from my own personal business, I have almost everything in cash. Now, my long-term positions, my portfolio, they're fully invested. So I'm continuing to dollar cost average and everything, but I have sized down on trading. Uh, Eric can probably relate to this because he sounds like he's very in tune to the market and has experience. But just to give you one example, and no one can refute this because the price is the price that we saw printed as of the close. On Friday, most stocks, the technology, whether it's Apple, Meta, Netflix, etc., even non-tech stocks, they finished up high relatively. What happened with Tesla during the day? There was dark pool prints. Um, Eric, you probably can understand this too. I'm going to try to explain it. Dark pools are used by institutions to buffer size. So if they have either a large buy or sell order, they typically work through dark pools, which is basically an exchange, a private exchange. It's not public. Level two day traders won't see that on a typical off the rack without a direct feed subscription on their level twos. By regulation, at some point, those dark pools transactions have to be reported on the level twos. That's why all of a sudden, for traders, you can relate to this. All of a sudden, you will see big print sizes on the level two, but you're like, why is the price off? That's because those trades happened on the dark pools. What spooked investors on Friday as it relates to Tesla is because there were sizable Tesla trades on dark pools. And that's why it never recovered. You could see the closing price on Tesla. Now, that's just explaining what happened with Tesla, what I see from my perspective, that's why I don't want to um, put money on the line heading into the weekend. And that's why I was basically flat. I basically have a little position in there, but it's not meaningful. But again, Pejjy, I think what you brought up was great for the space, because stock market is not the whole, it's not the whole picture. It's also the macroeconomics. And I just feel like tariff is nowhere near over. It's over when it's over. And I just don't feel like anyone can pinpoint and say next week is going to be the end of tariffs. We just have to be flexible. We open-minded, don't over leverage, just do what you typically do. And I love what you do, Pejjy. You dollar cost average, and you plan. You know what you're going to do when it hits 300. You know you're going to do
Facts.
if it hits 250. And that's what I like about how your approach is. But when we're talking about trading, that's a whole different ball game. Yeah. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, facts. No,
Hey, could I ask? Do
yeah, go ahead, Smokey.
you mind? So I get your points. That dark pool thing, like that's way out of my league. Don't understand that a bit, but I do understand the tariffs. So granted, the tariffs are going kind of flip flopping back and forth. Nobody knows what the hell's going on with them.
Yeah.
But I also look at Tesla in a whole as a company that can manage their supply chains expertly. Like, it doesn't matter if there's a tariff on Asia, because Elon Musk is supplying in Asia, building in Asia, and selling in Asia, for an example. He's doing the same for every other continent. So does that really affect Tesla? That's, I guess, my question. I don't see where it would.
Tesla's not really affected as much, except for Canada, because 80%, 85%, I believe, of Teslas are manufactured or sourced in the United States and Canada. So Canada's partnership and the tariffs on them would be the biggest factor for Tesla. You don't really, other countries, I mean, I know, like, obviously we source some steel, but 85% of Teslas are manufactured and made in the United States and Canada. I think it's like 60-something% in the United States.
Yeah,
So tariffs as a whole, just as a market sentiment, is in the S&P and your big indexes is what really matters, and that money and that optimism is flowing into stocks. I think Tesla's relatively safe because of Donald Trump and our footprint in the United States and Canada. But you want obviously the whole global economy and money to be flowing into the S&P and our domestic companies that will also accelerate Tesla.
not to mention
Thanks
that.
again for the breakdown.
And you have to be careful with news too. Like Kathy Woods is a huge fan of Tesla, Elon Musk, all of his companies. And like I saw an article the other day that she just sold a significant amount of shares, or her hedge fund sold a significant amount of shares. But what they won't tell you is, as a hedge fund, you have to have under a 10% threshold of a company.
Facts.
Or you violate, I think it's insider section status rules. I think it might be 16. So essentially, she's selling those shares. She had closer to 9%, so she could buy back in, because that would indicate that she's expecting Tesla to go on a bull run, and her total market percentage in her hedge fund would surpass that 10%, and she would be a statutory insider, is what they would call it. It's section 16 and just like insider status section rules. So you have to sell a certain amount or rebalance your books at the end of the month, so you're not at a so they don't essentially flag your fund. I could speak more on it if I had the information in front of me, but I read that from another article that they have to rebalance those sheets, and they have to sell, or they'll go over a certain amount threshold in their actual fund that would make them non-compliant.
That's right.
So just like news like that, you see a bunch of stuff that pops up negatively about companies, or you see like people from Waymo that will post Tesla running over a dummy kid crossing the road, and you have to look into those things and actually see if the source is accurate, or if it's not AI generated or anything like that. There's a lot of people that are betting on making money on Tesla falling in the short term, but the charts and the market points towards a bull run at the current support. That's all I'll say. And you can make your own financial decisions. You can dollar cost average, you can sell options, whatever you want to do. But long term, we're still looking at $600 in the next 12 months. 550 to 600 in the next 12 months, and that's just what it is. So take that for how you will. I got to go get something to eat, but it was great talking with you guys.
Hey, thanks for your breakdown, brother. I appreciate that, bro.
Thank you, Eric. That was great.
Nice. Good job. And now, 90 minutes come so fast, so soon. All right. It's been fun.
Right.
I don't know how you guys excited, but I'm excited. I know like macroeconomic is like a bitch. Like Japan doesn't look good. And they say if Japan fall, we fall too. I don't like that. Good for you to have money on the side. I don't. I put all in Tesla already. I use a little bit of mine to buy when Kimbo said 225 and dropping. So I bought 15 share at 220. That's beautiful. And I don't know. I hope Elon working really hard, and maybe end of year we even see closer to 700. That's my hope. My life go on with a hope. But if it's go down to 150, who give a shit? I just like, I don't know, go sell my liver and buy more. Oh, I'm selling my land and my condo in Thailand. It's still on sale. The earthquake doesn't help. What the fuck? And now everybody sell their condo. It's not fun. Oh, whatever. It's good. 350, 400, 150, 200. Who give a shit? I have my price target at like what? 3,500 by 2032. I think by 2032, the robot is already gonna work in a factory, walk around, work in a hospital, babysit my kid. So we all gonna be filthy rich. That's how I see it. All right.
Let's go.
Enjoy your day. Enjoy your weekend. Happy Saturday. Pejjy, what up?
Nothing. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Hope everybody has a great weekend until next week, same time. Sheesh.
Oh, one more thing. I'm a full-time mom and I'm not working. If you guys want to support me, help me buy a Tesla. I sell Thai spice. My family make it. I sell it in America. Go click on my bio and buy some for your loved one. If you don't eat spicy, buy it for your friend. All right? Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
See you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Hey guys.
Okay, we're back here on YouTube. This was an interesting space. But sheesh, I was a little late. My hair's a little messy. It's been a crazy day. It's been a crazy day. Anyways, I love you guys. I've already uploaded a video for today, so if you guys haven't watched that, make sure you guys go and watch that. And I also uploaded a members only video, exclusive video that I had a podcast with Boomer Mama, 1 hour long about Robotaxis, Optimus, so many other good stuff. So make sure you guys check that out. Smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already. And I shall see you guys in the next video. See ya.